Maybe they sent you something.
They've sent me something.
Okay. So that's the relation.
That's the only contract that's running PMaker, DAO and Pulsechain so far. They actually putting stuff into the PMaker DAO, the vault. They're accessing the vault with the PDAI. And that's the only contract so far that's actually working with the vaults of PMaker DAO.
Okay.
I've seen transactions, they basically, I think they taking the Ethereum, vaults Ethereum, they put into it, and they minting PDAI. They're starting to run the function of PMaker DAO, Maker DAO and Pulsechain, which I don't think it was running before.
I don't know.
So far they actually doing it, they're running the function on the PMaker, and if that function works, then we see PDAI going to $1 no matter what.
Huh.
Yeah, I think
If Maker DAO works on Pulsechain, it's designed to make sure for the stables to go up.
Yeah,
because
Is that related to DYDX? DXDY?
No, this is the lending thing,
Yeah.
right?
Team-wise, though, is it related?
But I don't think this has a connection to each other.
Okay.
I think someone connected to the OA at least is filling up the walls on the Pulsechain side. And the same entity must have stopped like the PDAI inflation in the beginning.
They've called the inflation themselves first.
Yeah, they called it,
yeah.
and then they stopped
And they
it.
stopped it.
And this, as far as I know, stopped till this day. And I guess will be reactivated when it's around $1.
Okay.
Do you see it as a positive? What do you just explain?
I don't really know.
This was my understanding of.
I haven't paid that much attention to Maker at all. I don't really know what they.
This was. I just have to say it. I anticipated that.
They seem to be like legitimate finance.
Yeah,
So,
and I anticipated
like Maker and Link
you
are
did
up there.
all of this because you.
That's
know
what I was
about-
thinking. I thought
I
Atropa
see
is
it.
the maker in.
Right,
That's what we all thought. I thought Atropa is the maker of Pulsechain. Because I mean, Maker
No, I just stole it.
Maker DAO has got most of the Chinese coins and writing and stuff as well. They've got that sort of contract as well.
Okay.
So when we was looking to it, I thought, okay, this is the new Maker DAO that's helping all the P stables.
Yeah.
But what I like,
same thought process.
what we like about Maker DAO is because he started DAI on Ethereum. He didn't start as $1. He started as a lower price and he stabilized. It took 1 year to actually stabilize it. So those functions called on Pulsechain, which Richard is gonna call it, we've seen it happening, is gonna help us go further up. I mean, so far we used to think we're going into Atropa to stables, but actually we're going into Atropa for stables to help us go up.
It's all gonna feed back into
of course.
itself.
So no matter what, they always help each other. Who's running the bots?
I don't know.
Because I've seen it with Monarch Money. I mean, Monarch Money come out, and
I'm pretty
the
sure
bots,
we've seen everybody running the bots on the RH Max YouTube.
Do you reckon RH himself is running the bots?
I'm sure he does.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
He's got to protect sometimes his chain as well now.
Yeah.
I mean, if he sees a...
And is it? This is a question. I'm not sure if I combined this right, but is it true that these arbitrage bots are taking loans from the forked AAVE to do all of this arbitrage?
From which fork?
From the
AVA?
forked AAVE contract.
Yeah.
Which PAAVE.
Okay.
Is that
I don't know about
maybe
that.
was also just a guess that this is like the origin, the source where the bots start from. Like taking out loans in Pulse, changing it to whatever PDAI to arbitrage, you as the first one as always.
And we
got the profits, as you said.
got the S-DAI now that Richard is working with.
Oh yeah, this is also very interesting.
That's very interesting. We
Like,
got the S-DAI coming to now into
Is that from
AAVE
Solana?
No, what
From
he's done is staked a lot of stable coins into AAVE in Ethereum, and he gets S-DAI as stake DAI,
Okay.
Yeah.
and he's bringing that S-DAI into this side, into Pulsechain side.
I thought it was a sub-DAO from Maker.
Yeah, this is
Like
Is
from
the
Spark.
S-DAI from...
This is from Spark. And
Spark, yeah.
this is also very interesting. Like either the Spark guys waited for Richard to say, okay, I'm ready to fork it now, or Richard waited for Spark to go live and fork Pulsechain then, because like it's way too obvious that they launched the protocol and right after this protocol is live, fork.
Plus they've got a big airdrop as well.
Yep.
They bring it now, and Richard loves free money. They've got a massive airdrop coming. We got a Spark swap, I think, on the Pulsechain.
Spark swap.
Is there anything to do with them?
I don't think they are connected. This one thing is Spark DAO or what was it?
Spark.fi.
Spark.finance, yeah.
Yeah, that's the on the Pulsechain one, yeah.
And the other one is Spark Swap.
Spark Swap is the Pulsechain one.
Spark
Finance is the maker one.
I think it was something to do with apparently if we start with the BRC20s, moving with the BRC20s, I think the Spark Swap on Pulsechain was meant to make that happen. I don't know when I read something to do with it.
What do you think of Richard buying 600 million of Ethereum with the SEC funds?
When was this?
Recently, before, he made basically the top.
300.
Kind of.
What did you get?
Swapping
3.6.
Swapping the SEC funds into Ethereum now has like 170k of Ethereum.
So, if we think about where Ethereum is right now, it's been level for quite a while. The new upgrades that have gone into place are lowering the gas fees. So we can expect that the hesitation for getting in is going to drop out, and so that number should rise. So bet-wise,
it's
he
a good
can
investment,
expect a profit.
I don't think it's done it for investment.
Then the question is for what it's used, the profit.
Yeah.
So maybe to pump his ecosystem and yours.
So if he's pulling the move where he buys into the asset, it's going to go up, and then he's going to sell right back out of the asset and go and do his own system, then that's a good move.
Yes.
Or bring the same Ethereum to the system without selling it.
Or to put it into Maker to back.
I think it is also marketing where he is like, hey, I'm Richard Hart, I'm buying Ethereum, so the Ethereum guys get happy and know about him, and then they probably buy his own tokens. I think it's it has many facets to it. So, but I think marketing is one reason.
There's a lot of moving pieces with large players at the moment. I don't know everything, but it seems like there's more cohesion with what's going to make Pulsechain success than there is cohesion with any other chain by far. Like we have everybody within the Ethereum system, like directly working with Richard.
What do you see as the best way to bring fiat onto Pulsechain without using the sets?
So with being harassed by Coinbase, I'm interested in there being like a direct money in, money out system for Pulsechain. There's obviously like other alternatives to Coinbase, but like from a US perspective, they're the top. Like it would be nice to stay with one system. I don't know. I'm losing faith.
Are you working on something like that?
No.
Besides the scenes, no.
I don't have any solid ties to fiat in and out.
All right.
A couple of while ago, you mentioned artists. What kind of artists you mean? Like?
I don't know yet. I have different options.
Okay. Like digital artists, like
Hollywood people.
Okay.
There's a lot of opportunity to run into people and just like hire somebody who's available to do artwork out of the blue in Hollywood. If I can identify the best way to this mapping idea, like I feel like getting maps of the token liquidity like chains is the most valuable way to communicate the nature of the ecosystem. because there's the addresses list, but for anybody that doesn't want to go in and manually look at all of the liquidity pools, it's hard to see at a glance how good of an investment some of it is. And if there's these like single sheet representations that show kind of like enough of what the token name and symbol can communicate, adding artwork with how the liquidity pool is attached to other things, and the token symbol and name adding artwork, it can sort of provide like a visual at a glance, I don't know, like Stendhal syndrome kind of, I'm excited about this on like an insanity level and just want to buy in.
I have some thoughts about that, but I would need help in the development process. I think if I can pull the data of the coins from, let's say, a DEX screener or the chain directly, imagine it as a web interface where you can see spheres or blobs representing each token.
So there's been an upgrade on the RPC system within like the last 2 months, I guess. I haven't tried it yet. Before it was, you would get your Spider system shut down. Like it would stop accepting your RPC requests very quickly. If that is fixed, I'm looking at like a .NET sort of clickable interface that like pops things up and has I don't know, like animation shifts and all kinds of things.
It would be cool if there would be something flexible that because it's real-time data and the data changes, you would need this to be like the CSS to be increasing the size of the ball, of the volume, for example, is increasing, and then you could like each liquidity pool could be represented with a line between both assets, and if the liquidity is increasing, you could like change colors or increase the size and stuff.
There's a lot of options for how to represent the numbers, but how to actually like represent the contractual realities is another thing. Because say like you want to go from Mantissa into Kremlin, and you want to see the token relationships of how you're going to buy from one token to the other to get from Mantissa to Kremlin. Or the 666 token system as a whole. Like you have like no nukes in the middle, and you have all of these like just like in your face. It's not clear what they are, but they're all really bad things. I don't know. It's just like from a entertainment, being overwhelmed with information kind of way. I find that to be the approach that for me is going to produce the most value, because it's going to get somebody looking at it that doesn't have any money in the system yet, and it's going to get somebody looking at it that both doesn't have any money in the system yet, doesn't know how to go on Pulsechain and look at liquidities, maybe doesn't even care what PulseX is, maybe doesn't care about investing at all, but they want to get into this gaming mindset and just be like exposed to that information.
What would you say are the relevant numbers if you were to create a web interface, like volume, liquidity amount, but then the amount measured in tokens, or measured, because
it varies from token to token and section of the ecosystem to section of the ecosystem. So like, I don't know what the best. So if we take the TIE token, the Matisse token, that one, I want to see the top holders on it. and then I'm interested in maybe what those token holders also hold. Like I want to think about those people as they're presenting themselves as a top player in the ecosystem, and so I want to pay attention to what they're doing and decide if I want to beat them or I want to wait for them to sell out. With looking at the tokenized asset tokens and the potential of the YouTube token, which has a huge minting supply and is not designed to do anything with unless there's like an actual YouTube reality. With those, I don't necessarily want to see any token data at all. I just want to watch the YouTube videos. I want to be able to view those YouTube videos in my .NET application that can then go back to looking at all these token symbols and connections and like it's just like a different.
Different clusters of tokens have different use cases, so you would need to see different kind of data.
Yeah, and when I spoke before about like a mod scene kind of thing, like if it's this generic .NET application that has plugins, and these plugins can potentially put any kind of visual information in the .NET window that you want, just the WPF.NET, so you can do just about anything. If the module plugins on one hand can be like YouTube view, and it hits all the tokenized assets attached to the YouTube token, and all it does is show the videos and show like an ordered playlist, and maybe have links to like who posted them, and there's comments and there's timestamps and who knows what else. And then you click on like a user's name and it goes and it pops them up, and maybe it has like artwork or maybe it doesn't, and then it has all the tokens that they own, and you can go in and look at those liquidities, and you can just go from like one thing to another thing, and it pops between plugin to plugin like a BBS, but in a completely new it's all attached to money kind of thing.
I think it's interesting what you say, but I'm not advanced enough to build that.
Yeah.
Like, if I manage...
I've built all the pieces before, so it's just a matter of finding the interest level right, and then I'll do the generic part and the dynamic parts. And it'll be like developing a plugin for it. It's going to be easy for somebody that is a .NET programmer. Like there'll be a video player and maybe like a YouTube generic. And
so you're like connecting the video, the YouTube to your front end, where you then get tokens.
My idea is to build a bunch of generics into it. And yeah, by the time the generics get to like animations and colors, it's got a lot of options.
Yeah.
Chocolate chip caramel, cookie dough.
Because it's basically like you have, if you think about it, you have visual aspects, you have text aspects, and these are either clickable or not. And then the clickabilities have actions that are either page shifts or animations. And it either goes to a different plugin or it stays on the same plugin.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole thing.
I think what I would, like the information that I'm interested in is if there is liquidity, where is it coming from and where does it flow?
Yeah.
Like that, like imagine like a network of blobs that are connected, and then you see liquidity popping up and you see the way it moved and where it's coming from, and
like crypto bubbles just in 3D.
Kinda, yeah, but crypto bubbles is only for number go up, and
but you can click on it and you see the appropriate liquidity pools, maybe.
I mean, long term, if it has like a real-time geth interaction, it can be showing like really interesting real-time data patterns. There's like moving in that direction, slowly and trudgingly. As a hacker, you aim for something like that and you program it a little bit every day and you get there. I mean, that's how software gets written.
Figured.
Yeah. So I'll keep the GitHub active and we'll be moving moving towards that.
Yeah. I just started developing like a year ago, so I'm not as far as you. But at the moment I feel like I'm at a plateau where I like don't know where to go next to start, because like HTML and CSS is kind of needed to show stuff. But then it's like the important parts are more into like how do I get one exact number from the chain with I think the graph API thing, and I'm really having struggles of first finding the correct data and then connecting this to my HTML front end.
So what I will release will be minimal. It will include no external libraries whatsoever, and it'll be as easy to use as possible. It will be eventually designed so that as a non-programmer you can just like connect some things together and get stuff out of it, or you can like set up your own data structures within primitives and end up with something. That's what I'm
like a tool that people can use. Yeah, I like that idea.